It's Bookkeepers on Fire, and I'm Donna Reade, joined by Debbie Kilsheimer. And when she sees a client's books for the first time, she doesn't get mad. She gets that look, the one where you can tell she's already drafting the email that starts with, "So let's talk Q1." And that's the thing about the accounting industry. Underneath the spreadsheets, there are actual people with actual personalities, and we built Bookkeepers on Fire to prove it. So we have a phenomenal guest today.
Yes, we
Me,
do.
Donna Reade,
Donna Reade.
serial entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur and recovering CPA who can't stop starting businesses, which means she builds systems for business and life the way Marcus Aurelius built systems for his own mind, calm, repeatable, and somehow still works on your worst day. So sit down, stand up, lie on the floor. Just be in a position to receive this. Now let's kick off this conversation, Deb.
Well, I'm so excited that we had a challenge finding a guest for today because everybody's busy with the summer, which is great. So I said, "Who are we going to find to talk?" I said, "I know who we should talk to. Let's talk to you, Donna. We want to find more out about you." So she goes, "Uh-oh," and so she did say right before the show started, she goes, "I kind of know what our guests feel like before they come on." So you a little nervous about this today, Donna?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know where it's going to go because, as we all know, Deb, she goes places. And I know it from behind the scenes. We go places.
We go places.
So just a little bit nervous about that. But otherwise, no more nervous than I always am going on live every week.
Right. Well, I'm thrilled so people can find out more about you because I don't think enough people know how pretty tremendous your background is. So I always like to tell the story. Donna's very quiet, and I'm the one that's always loud and out there. And Donna took the SATs. Y'all know what the SATs are in college, right? And she took the SATs and she scored a 1396 out of 14.
It was actually, Deb, I forgot to correct you earlier. It was a 1596.
Oh, so 1600 is the top score.
Yeah, 16 is the top. In the 1980s, by the way. I don't know what it is now.
Right. Oh, so and you scored a 1596.
Yeah.
Out of 1600.
Yeah.
So she gets called into the principal's office. "Donna, we think you cheated." Donna says, "Okay, I'll take it again." Right?
Yep.
She takes it again, and she scores a 1597.
Yep.
And she still was the dumb one in her family because her brothers and sisters all scored 1600s.
And I was a solid to maybe not so solid B student at that school.
Why were you a B student? Because you're you understand, I'm bragging a lot about Donna. Donna has an economics degree from the University of London. She has passed the bar exam. She's a lawyer. She passed the CPA.
Not technically a lawyer, guys. Okay, I don't do law.
You went to school, you passed the bar. You could be a lawyer if you wanted.
Yeah, it could be one if I wanted.
And you passed the CPA exam.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you probably passed your driver's license test. So any test you take, you pass with colors, right?
I do the best I can. Yeah, I have I did at one point was a automotive service master. I was a master mechanic.
You testified in front of Congress.
Oh yeah, I did that once too. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
That's a whole learning experience as it is.
So she's kind of really interesting. I'm kind of dull compared to Donna. You're a Disney nerd. You love Disney.
Yes.
So what were we talking about?
I base everything I learn. I think I watched Disney, The Magic Kingdom, because magic requires systems. And right. I watch how they do things. And then the other thing that really influenced me was early on, I had the opportunity to partner in a McDonald's franchise. So that really influenced the way that I thought about systems and processes and how to build a life.
And that's your big thing, is systems and processes. Systems into place and why is that so important to you? What is it about systems and processes you feel is so critical?
It gives you freedom. It gives you comfort. Like if I know I have to wake up in the morning and these are the 5 things that I do, I just do them over and over again so I can get through them quickly. And over the years, it's given me even more comfort as I've grown older and gone through this to get to the places I need to be on time, to take the right, I have to take some medications now. So to take those because I was forgetting my vitamins, all those kinds of things that get me through life with not having too many problems. Like making sure your car doesn't die on you by doing preventative maintenance, making
So
sure
do you
you
like
schedule your dentist appointment. Every single thing I do has a process, including traveling. I have a process for packing my bag.
so is every
Yeah.
minute of every day down to a process or what you do, or do you have like breaks built in there? How does that work?
Yeah, it's process with flexibility.
Okay.
So like, yeah, you have to because life is, you have to be flexible. Especially when I learned this more, like before I had kids, it was like, oh, I do this, then I go do this, then I go do this. Well, then kids come along and they don't follow a plan.
Now, were you one of those
They don't
moms that like
care.
made your kids follow like at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock? Were you one of those?
No, no. It
No,
went out the window. As soon as I had kids, that all went out the
out the
window. We
window.
were not processed at all. We were just going with the flow. We were just in survival mode. If I
So
could get them like with the bath and fed and whatever needed to be done that day done and everybody asleep and we all lived, that was a good day.
that was a good day. So, like with this, tell them about what we're deciding to do with this Blazr AI because that. So let me back up a second. You come up with an idea or something you want to achieve,
Hmm.
and then you take a step back, and then you go, okay, how am I going to implement this? Like we did this with Bookkeepers on Fire.
Hmm.
You can tell how we got started on that, but we decided to do this, and all of a sudden, boom, she's putting a system into place. So tell them how you
Right.
come up with an idea, and then how you could develop the systems. How do you even start to know where to begin with starting a system and then a process?
So it's one problem at a time. So what I do is, and there's a quote in a movie that made perfect sense to me. We science the shit out of it, basically. So I use a scientific method for most things. I might skip a part here and there, but you take the problem, like what do I need to solve for, and then you work it through. What do I need to solve for? What do I need to solve for now? And sometimes the problem, whatever it is, including building like a system, um, what did I just build? Oh, I built a website. Okay. So the
Now, let
problem
me
is I
ask you:
need a
did you know
website.
how to build a website before that?
No, 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 no,
No,
not
but
at
you
all.
decided you wanted a website. We decided we needed a Blazr website for our new accounting
Mhm.
practice. So that was
So I
that was
took,
the idea.
yeah,
And then what
yeah.
did you do
I
next?
need a website. So I need a website. I'm like, okay, I know because of reading and listening to people, I know that I can do it with Claude Code. I don't know
Okay.
how to do it with Claude Code.
So
I have
you've
no
never
idea how
used
to do
Claude
it.
Code before.
Never used it. Never used
Okay.
it. I know that I need a basis of where to do it. So I asked a few people I knew. I looked around and I came up with the site that we use. It's called Framer. And that's what we host on. And then I'm like, all right, now how do I build a website? Well, I blew through their AI that we had access to and I went, okay, now what do I do? So then I start going into Claude and it says, oh, you can use Claude Code. Then I start asking more questions to Claude about how to do it, and then I set up Claude Code, and then I set up the connection between. Which, by the way, I had to ask it how to do it. This is like problem solving on steroids. Now I can do things now with that stuff that I couldn't do like five
So
years
you
ago.
just come up with the
Yeah,
idea,
I
and
just
then
come
you
up with the
start with
idea and then I
the
work
next
it.
step. Now, do
The
you ever
next
get
step.
frustrated? Because Donna, I have to tell you, Donna talks me off the ledge because I get very frustrated when it doesn't go right the first time.
Yeah, there's a lot of swearing that goes on during that process. This with the website, it was almost an 8-hour process, and my husband thought I was gonna like blow a gasket at some point. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of that. But in that end of that, we had a website that has I think 11 pages on it now,
Hmm.
but 4 or 5 are published right now. And then we problem solved through everything else through it, and it will continue to go that way. But that's how I do it for like everything. As I build a system, I just take what either the end result is or the question or idea I have in my head and problem solve the whole way to get to the end that I want.
So the whole
It's
process is so people understand you have the
mhm,
idea,
mhm,
and then you go, okay, what do I need? Let me back up to know what I need to do. Baby step one, so I can make
mhm,
the idea reality. And So you try all these different things. You work
Yeah, there's a
around
lot
it,
of
trial and error.
hypothesis and testing, obstacles you have to get around in the middle of it that you're like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. And you got, okay, how do I solve for that before I can get to the next thing? So sometimes there's 10 obstacles you got to solve for before you get to
And
the
you don't let
next step.
the obstacles will appear and you solve for that. You don't worry about the hundredth thing down the road that might never show up.
No,
You
no.
just worry about what's in front of you. Now, where
Just
do you
what's in
go
front of me.
find? Where's the first place you go look to even know where to ask the question? Is AI helping you a lot with this?
AI helps me a lot with it. So I use the 3-step process. I
Which
use
is,
Gemini,
oh,
which is the Google Workspaces and Gemini, because it has a direct link to all the internet, right? And then I'll go, okay, what I got that information, then I'll put it in Chat GPT and I'll say, okay, I got this information. Then I'll go to Claude and get some more information and I'll kind of piece it all together to see what I can do and which one works the best for what I want to accomplish. So, sometimes if I want to write an article about something, I'll start it in Claude and then I'll go look in Gemini for appropriate links
like that,
or
like
like
data
research.
support your idea.
Yeah, research.
So
And then
how
I
do you
might
write
take,
articles? How is your article writing process? Because you write a lot for the Woodard
mm-hmm,
Report. You're writing a lot
mm-hmm.
for LinkedIn. So how do you write your articles? What's that process like?
So I will tell you, this is not like something, this is something I do. I'm walking around Disneyland, usually on Sundays, sometimes Wednesdays during the week, and I'll hear something, I'll see something, something will spark a thing, and I'll think, man, that would be a good article. What's the take we can use it for accounting or bookkeeping or that industry? Or is this a life thing? And I'll be
Okay.
like, oh, okay. And then I'll put it on. I'll have my phone. I always have my phone with me. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Who
I'm a
doesn't?
dependent on my phone.
Right.
I'm addicted, and
I
I'm
thought I
okay
was
with
her
it.
friend. Her phone's her better friend than I am.
Oh no, yeah, my phone. Like I would die if I lost it. That's it. I'd stop functioning. Anyway, so I put it in my phone. I'll put it under maybe Claude or something to start a new chat, and I'll say, I'll give it a prompt, or I may not even give it a prompt. I might just say, I like this idea. I'm going to make it an article so I can flesh it out later. But sometimes my prompt is like, I like this idea. I like this thought. What can come out of it? And then it'll spin up a bunch of things and I'll look at them and I'll go, yeah, that's not right. That's not where I was thinking it was going. And I'll ask a few more questions based on what I'm thinking, where it's going. And I'll see if that comes up and if one of them's right. Also, one thing that I also tell us to do, ask me questions
Right.
to make it better. So I have it ask me questions for the direction. So between Claude and we come up with the different articles that I write and the
So
different ideas.
AI is your thinking assistant because you've told me
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't write the stuff for you, but it helps you think.
No, it helps me think better. I tell everyone who especially attacks me for using even AI to do anything, I don't know why, is it helps me think better. It helps me
Yeah,
move
all the people
faster.
that don't use AI attack us at
Yeah.
those who do. Have you noticed?
Yeah. I had someone accost me recently at an event that was just hammering me. Oh, you write all your articles with AI. They're no good. I'm like, well, they're getting published.
You're not
And to other people read them and
I always
yeah.
think of AI, AI, an AI written article is just like, write me an article for the Woodard Report and spit
Mhm.
something out and you
It's
throw it up there.
it's just
But
like having a ghostwriter.
exactly.
I mean,
Or an
it's
editor at
exactly
the
the same as
newspaper.
having a ghostwriter or an editor or like what I used to have, this is a long time ago, someone who would just take my notes that I wrote down and they would fix it for me to write the article for whatever
Right.
publication I was writing for. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's just now I don't have to have a person doing it. I can think faster and I can get to where I want to be quicker
Right.
instead of emailing that person back and forth. I like this, I don't like that, fix this. It's the same idea. It's just
But it's
faster
your
now.
ideas and it's your
Mm-hmm.
voice and it's your words. It's not
Mm-hmm.
AI words. It's kind of
Yep.
like, like right now, we're all struggling with AI can do a tax return. In fact, the IRS just came out with something. If you have AI do a tax return and it's wrong, it's still on you. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, AI can produce so much, but you still are the one that has to give it its voice and its life and its truth. So, it's kind of it's your thinking partner. I use AI in the same way. I always say I come up with an idea, something strikes me, and
Mhm.
it can be like a line in a movie.
I have actually one I'm working on right now. Actually, where'd it go? It's really cool. So, someone, I live in California, so earthquakes is always a thing out here, right?
Hmm.
So I had someone say, "Oh yeah, I watched San Andreas drinking and ordering earthquake supplies. Amazon stuff rolled in the next day, and I didn't remember what I ordered." So if you don't know what San Andreas is, watch it. It's another California earthquake movie. But if you watch that movie you're drinking, you can totally relate to it if you're California and your whole life has been about ordering earthquake supplies. And even today, I just said that to my husband. Oh, we need to watch San Andreas tonight. There was a big earthquake in Japan.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
drink
today.
and order,
Yeah,
yeah, and order supplies
right.
off Amazon
But
because
that's
that's what you can do.
I know, and you could but one idea will spark something for you,
Hmm.
and then
Yep.
you write your what are reports or your LinkedIn posts or
Hmm.
something like that. But there's still
Yeah.
your voice,
It's
and
always my voice. I make sure it's my voice, and I take out the stuff that doesn't sound like anything I would say ever.
right. And then you're
Yeah,
speaking a
and
lot. You're going to be speaking at Women Who Count. You've
yep.
spoken at Scaling New Heights. So you're
I'm
getting.
sharing my process, my entire process, and I think it's a 100-minute workshop of the
Oh,
actual
right.
problem solving process that I go through. So
And
that'll be
what's this
fun.
method called? I mean, it's called something special. I think the name is really kind of cool. What's the
It's
name of
called the
this
Donna
process?
method.
What is it called?
The Donna method.
The Donna method.
She's
Okay.
doing that because she helped me name it.
And what does the DONNA stand for? Do
Oh,
you
now you're gonna make me do it, and I
off
don't
the
remember.
top of
See,
your head?
yeah, okay. So D is define the problem.
Mhm.
O is observe. N is navigate the test. Oh no, I'm sorry. N is hypothesize. N is name the hypothesis, and the other N is navigate the test, and the A is I don't remember. I haven't written it all yet. The A is like apply, I guess,
Appl
something like that.
Right, but you
Yeah.
just
Oh,
said
assess. It's assess.
assess. So
Sorry.
that's the method for
Yeah.
you to go through to see and then what you need to do
Uh-huh.
next. We just called it the Donna method. We were having fun one day. She had to
Yeah.
develop she got selected to teach a Woodard theater thing.
Yep.
And she said, I
And
want
I
to do.
did a 20-minute like keynote thing on it for tops.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
That's
right.
where
For
that's where it
Tops.
kind of
You're
was
correct.
born
You're with
out of that
Pops now.
too.
You're Missy's and
Yeah.
Krista's organization, the Theater of Public Speaking. So she had to come up with
Yep.
her idea, and she goes, "I'm going to do my scientific method." And I said, "Well, that's kind of dull. Let's name it. Let's give it a
Let's
name."
name it.
So
Once we
I'm
gave it a
going through
name,
all
it,
these
it
names.
came to
Go, oh,
life.
I have the
Yeah.
perfect name, the Donna method. So we came up with that. So she goes, "Oh, I love it." But AI helped us write that, but it was still our idea,
Yep.
you know.
Oh yeah. Definitely. And it's the same. It's a scientific method, but it's honed down a bit,
We
so
made
you
it
can
fun.
like use it in real
And
life and made it fun too.
you're teaching that as a
Mhm.
100-minute session at Women Who Count.
Yes, it'll be a 100-minute working workshop. I'll have workbooks too. So you can
Oh,
take home your
okay.
workbook. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You'll have a nice workbook. You can take that home with you and work on it. So you'll have it every time you solve a problem then going forward. And then it
And
becomes like, that's why I couldn't name them all because it's inside me and I just
right.
know what it is. So I'm like, oh yeah, I got to remember what I named everything.
So that's why I love having Donna as my partner because Donna solves all the problems that I create.
Yeah. So Deb will come into this is how Deb enters. I got an idea. And this is how I go, oh crap.
She gets out her Donna method and starts trying to solve it.
Start writing them down. The problem is that like when we're together, like when we're at Scaling New Heights together, she goes, I have an idea. And then she gives me 5 ideas in the middle of a conference where I'm trying to pay attention. And I'm like, can't get all this. I don't know. And then she leaves. Like I can't even ask follow-ups.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
she's gone.
No, but I do that all the time. It's so fun working with her because
Yeah.
I something pops in my head and I'll turn over. I go, okay, I got the things we're going to do for our Blazr. I got the 3 package ideas. This is how we're going to do it.
She
And
did
then I
it in the
write.
middle of a main stage, and she shows them to me, and I'm like trying to pay attention to the main stage. I don't even have anything to take notes. I'm like, just send it to me, and I
Right.
lost it.
'Cause somebody it popped in my head when somebody was speaking on the main stage, and then I
Yeah.
actually wrote it down, and "Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I have the idea." So,
Yeah.
sent it to Don, and that's how we came up with our packages, our subscriptions for our Blazr AI,
Yep.
which is kind of
But
fun.
going to a conference with Deb is like, I have a schedule for us. We have things we have to do during the conference. Yeah. I text her the schedule. She ignores it totally, and I have to go
Yeah,
track
she
her
has to
down.
put a tracker on me.
Yeah, we now have a tracker on Deb, so I can go find her. So that's what it's like working with Deb.
Well,
So
fun,
I
I'm
have
glad
to
to
do
hear.
it.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I went from back of the room to front of the room, and I'm having so much more fun now. I was a back of the room person like a couple years ago, always back of the room, always sat in the back, played on my phone. Now I'm front of the room, and I'm paying attention, and it's a lot more fun.
Yeah,
So yeah, and I
yeah.
react. Yeah, it's amazing. It changed the way I look at things. So that's really fun.
Now
I have
how
to
did
tell
tell
you.
them how we met.
So we met at a conference. Well, actually, no, we didn't. We met on a Zoom during COVID with the Friday Night Live accountants. We were during COVID, and with Andrew and Brad did it. Um, and yeah, and I would come on after hours, or like after they did their show. We just kind of hang out afterwards, live on Zoom. And they had Deb on one time, and she stayed after, and we started talking. And the two guys left. They left their microphones there, and they were gone because they hosted it, so they couldn't shut it off. And we just talked for like quite a while, and it had to have been late at your place
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was late at mine.
It started at
So
like 11 o'clock at night, and I said, because they were on
yeah, yeah,
boarding time, and they wanted to have me as their guest on the show, and I'm like, "You
yeah.
realize I'm in bed by that time?" So we kept playing, and, then they said, "You have to meet Donna Reade," and I go, "Okay." And I'd heard about Donna. You had a newsletter, and you had a blog you were putting
Mhm.
out, and I thought, "Boy, this
Yeah.
girl's smart, you know? I'd like to meet her one day." So they said I should meet you, and then you came on, and it was like we had been sisters from another mother, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
And
And
then
it was great. It was like, oh my gosh. And I'd heard of Deb before. Absolutely. I'd even probably watched some of her webinars and things like that. So I'm like, oh, she's a big shot. I was like,
no,
oh,
not
we're
really,
talking.
but thank you.
We find out we're like really like
Big
do stuff.
fangirls of each other.
Yeah, basically
And then
that.
we were at QuickBooks Connect or Intuit
Yep.
Connect now, and she was standing against a wall
Of course. That was my wall years.
with her son next to her.
Yeah.
That was her security blanket.
Yep.
And I walked up to her and I said, "What did I say to you?"
He said, hey, do you want to do something together? That's it. That's what she said. Not hi. Hey, you want to do something together? Sure. That's all I
Okay,
said was, okay.
okay,
And then
let's
she's
walk off.
gone. And then she's gone. Typical Deb fashion. She's gone again. And I'm like, and I turn to my son, I'm like, oh my God, Deb wants to do something with us, and my son's like, oh, whatever, Mom, I don't know what. This is crazy. You know, he's, he's like, okay. And then 3 months later, because I was scared, I finally text Deb and I said, hey, let's do a podcast. I've always wanted to do one. I don't
No,
know
you said,
about
"Are you
what. I
serious
don't know.
about wanting to work together? I've been a little
Did I
scared to
say?
talk to
Yeah,
you."
yeah, I was scared. Yeah.
And
I
I
think
went,
I did say that.
and I said, "Am I that scary?" You went,
But
"Yeah,
we ended up within a couple hours. I already had the process
yeah."
down
I
and
said,
what we were
"Let's do
going to
it."
do. And then we, like, within a day or so, we had the first
Right,
recording, and then we just went from there. So I
right.
just made it super simple to do it. You don't need a lot to do it either. I made a super simple process that we could get something out, podcast out to the world, and then we took on from there, and then we started answering questions. That was our audio only podcast that is coming back very soon.
Which was really, and I
Um,
got that was my idea from a knitting podcast I listened to, and so
yeah, she got that from the knitting podcast. I
I
wanted to do what I didn't know what to do, and I had tried a couple times with different partners, and it just didn't jive very well. It didn't work. We had different missions, but I knew I was wanting to do, and I knew I needed a partner because it was me at that time, and I knew it was like I need someone else to draw this stuff out. And so she came up with the Q&A thing, and then so we just started answering, proposing. I don't even call them questions; they're more like scenarios at this
right.
point because they get very long and detailed. And then we started answering in our own ways. And sometimes we agreed, and sometimes we
One
don't.
time we didn't.
Yeah, most time we didn't. I go, wait. You mean
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
No, don't do it that way.
right. And then we
But
decided to do a YouTube channel.
which is another thing I had always wanted to do, and I always wanted to do it live because I was playing around with it at Disney, doing live streaming from Disney. But it was really hard for me to do that. It was really stressful on me to do the Disney live streaming. I couldn't get it down. It was super hard on me. Plus, I really love Disney. I wanted it to be my own, and I just really couldn't get it. But I wanted to do a live YouTube because I was watching lives all over the place. But how could I translate that into accounting? Well, we came up with Bookkeepers on Fire. We
Yep.
just interview bookkeepers,
Well,
and
at
it was
first we
awesome.
started talking to ourselves, and I go, well,
Yeah,
this
that
is kind
got
of boring.
boring.
And then I remember it was a Saturday because we always get together Saturday at 10 o'clock. Well, now we moved it back till noon. We always get together
Mhm.
every Saturday. Don and I get together, and I said we need to do something else. This is boring. I mean, and I said,
Mhm.
wait, it's called Bookkeepers on Fire. Why don't we interview bookkeepers? She goes, oh, I love that idea. So I said, great. So I think Janice Barcelo was our first guest.
Janice was our first one. Our first one in on January of 2024,
Yep,
I think, if I get those
something.
years right. Yeah, something like
And then
that.
Cindy Schrader was, I
And
think, our second guest.
Cindy came on. I don't know. We just started messaging our
And
friends.
all the people, would you come and do us this? And they were everyone was so kind.
Everybody. It was
Come on.
so. They came on. It was full of technical things. You can go back and watch them.
I know Nancy
We did it.
my microphone went out. I mean,
Yeah.
but anyway, who cares? We still did it. And
Yeah.
we had a
Stuff
good time.
crashed. Yeah, you can go back and watch those, and then watch now. I think it's a little better now.
Yeah, we get better all the time.
We did live from QuickBook, or from, I think it was from Intuit Connect. We
Mhm.
did a live there, and we interviewed Ted Callahan, and it was upside down. Yeah, that was fun. People were
That was
waving at
funny
us.
because we were talking to Ted. Had the thing set up. We're talking to Ted Callahan. Everybody has their phones up pointing. We're thinking, look how famous we are. They're all watching.
Yeah.
Turns out they were trying to tell us it was
Tell us we were
upside down.
down.
Oh well.
Oh well, it still lives out there.
Still there.
Yeah, it still lives. It still gets views all the time.
And then we did the stand-up
but yeah.
comedy thing. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother thing that I do now. So that's like we did Deb of course drugged me into a stand-up comedy class that we could do online. So we did it like 6 weeks, which culminated in doing our routine that we had worked on, which live on our channel too, if you want to watch us
Go
do
watch it.
ours. And then now I'm writing comedy stuff and getting to perform at an open mic night. Every once in a while, I'll do an open mic night, and it's at a biker bar in the canyon where I live.
And you pursue it.
Yep, and my stuff is always clean. I'm known to be the one that's clean.
Mhm.
So they put me on early when the families are there that have younger kids, and then the other people I'll do later. But I just write little comedy routines about like 3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
Like not even that. They want me to do a 10 to 15 minute set, and I'm like, I don't know. But and I don't do them very often. Maybe once or twice, like a month, if even that much.
Still.
I haven't done one in a few months. But yeah, I started doing that, and I think it's helped me even just come out more because there's a lot going on up here.
I know.
All the time.
She's always thinking, always doing some new system she come up with. That's why we work so well. I'm the idea person. She's the executioner.
So yeah, so sometimes I will have so much in my brain that I'm like I can't sleep, so I'll just talk into my Claude or my ChatGPT just to get it all out, and then I'll just say do something with this, and it will come up with all kinds of things for me to do with it. But it'll just be too much, and I can't sleep, so then I'll just do something with it.
So what's
And,
the big thing you're working on now? What's the big thing?
Well, now, since of course I can't help myself from starting businesses, I'm in my 60s now. Who knew I'd start 2 more? But so now we have Blazr Accounting, which is our new. Deb and I combined our knowledge and everything into an accounting firm for the future. So taking all the knowledge we have and putting it together. So that's our new business, Blazr Accounting, and it's been so much fun to start building that out.
We're thinking totally different about how to revamp.
Totally different about how the firm
accounting
works.
practice.
how to run it. So in my brain, always, even way back when I was doing accounting at firms, or even when I had my corporate jobs, I always thought I could always do this from my house. And this was back when we just had a laptop and desktop software, and maybe a dial-up, if we even had that. And I thought, I could always do this from my house. This is stupid that we have to do this way. It doesn't make sense. We can do file exchanges, all these kind of things. So that was always in my head. And then when I started my virtual bookkeeping business, when everyone said it would fail because nobody would do it, well, lo and behold, I figured out a way and we did it. And now all that knowledge coming across, I'm like, yeah, we can do this and we can do it better. And now we've gotten to the point now in our technology where the bookkeeping, if the system is set up right, the bookkeeping will take care of itself, so that then we can come in as the advisors.
Right.
So two things we can do in our Blazr Accounting. We can set the system up for our clients so they don't have to touch it, but they can get the information they need almost relatively immediately. We're not quite there yet, but the way the systems work, the way the banking works, we're getting there. I mean, we're closer than we've ever been to having real-time numbers if a system is set up correctly. And that's the thing, using the right things and setting them up. And then we can come in on the back end, correct a few things that might need correcting or looking at, and then advise them on what they're doing. Give them real answers to the real questions, like, can I hire someone? Can I take a vacation? Do I have enough inventory? Can I buy some more? Will I make payroll this week? All those things that they're asking us about and more. I mean, my clients ask me all kinds of things all the time.
Right.
And we can look at their numbers and go, okay, this, you can do this, or here's the path to get you there.
I know. I just had a client who called me up. He wanted to buy a house. And I said, well, with what we're looking at, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So let's look at what you have to do to make that happen. So when you do this, and then you can buy your house. That's, in fact, we just signed the mortgage letter. I think he's out there today or tomorrow signing it. And it's because we took the numbers. He saw the possibilities of what he could do for his business to answer the thing he wanted. See, everybody thinks about making money. No, it's not. Money's a means to an end.
Yeah, exactly.
Money, and the reason we started Blazr,
money is how you get stuff.
Is we kept hearing the question, if AI can do my accounting, what do I need you for? And I thought, let's answer that question. So that's how we developed the concept of what we did with getblazr.ai. In fact, everybody go to the website and check it out. What is it? Getblazr.ai?
Getblazr.ai is our website. Yep. And the first thing you'll see when it opens up is we believe bookkeeping should be free.
Yep.
Just so like you would get
bookkeeping.
Yeah, no, we're not charging for that at all.
Don't pay for that. The machines do it. I feel
the machine do it
anymore. It's like shipping and handling. Nobody wants to pay for that.
Yeah.
But they
will.
They
don't want to pay for that. They don't care
the product.
Yep.
What's the product that we do as accountants? We offer advice. We help people make their dreams happen. Some people, their dream is just to make sure their taxes they're compliant with the rules. Okay, that's fine. Other people want to know, well, how am I doing? Compared to last year, whatever. That's good. That's the next level. And then there are other people that, what are my possibilities? What could I do in the future? What could I leave my kids? What could I be? What could I become? And that's our big package. So we're having a great time designing this whole thing and getting all the tech into place.
Yep, we're getting clients. We're talking to people. I'm doing things I haven't done in years, which is going out in my community and actually meeting with business owners and just talking to them. In fact, today I was meeting with a group. I have a Tuesday. Now I have a Tuesday weekly networking meeting, and they were talking about AI stuff, and they're saying how they use ChatGPT to do that and make recipes and all that. I said, "Oh, you're so limiting yourself." And I said, there is so much more you can do. And I said, yeah, I have this show called AI Talks where I talk about your voice. And I was like, what? They were amazed. They just thought I was an accountant, a recovering accountant.
Just an accountant.
They were like, can you talk more about that? And I said, well, I have a workshop, or I have, I have like a 10-minute spotlight thing I'm doing in August. I didn't know what to do with it because I didn't know what you guys want to hear about. We want to hear about that stuff you just told us about.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I'll show you
People
how to
really
do it.
want to hear
Yeah.
about that. Like,
Yeah.
they're hungry for that. And if we keep coming in like, well, make sure you get me your receipt. I'm telling you, not that that's not important, but the machines can do it. Take a picture of a receipt with your phone, swoop it
Yeah.
into the
Give them a
system.
process. That's where you build the
That's the
system.
process comes in, and the
Yeah.
system in the process. You know.
And that's the most important piece of what we do is we build the system for them. That is not bookkeeping. That's building a system
Hmm.
for them. Systems for everything that they do, including collecting the receipts and putting them where they need to go.
Right.
It's yeah, and everything, every part of that, building that system for them manages their bookkeeping, and we come on back in and tell them what all that meant if they don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And they pay
and
for that.
inhuman
They're
too, by the
fine
way.
people. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, AI is not going to replace us. So I think the whole industry is changing, and I'm excited to think that we might be on the forefront of that. You
yeah,
know,
it's amazing. But the thing that really like kind of annoys me sometimes, or
right?
makes me feel sad, is I hear bookkeepers who say, "Well, I just want to be behind the scenes." You can't be behind the scenes anymore. It
Mm-mm.
cannot happen because we're not a transactional functioning system anymore. If you're having to touch transactions, you shouldn't have to do that. You should figure out the way to not touch transactions anymore.
Right.
And you figure out the software how to not touch the transactions anymore. You should not need to do that anymore. It should
Right.
be very, very limited
It's
on what
scary
you touch.
though. I mean, it's not easy.
Oh yeah, it's very, very
It's
scary.
like,
A lot of trial,
but
a lot
do
of
it wrong,
yeah,
try it again. Do it wrong, try it again.
yeah. A
It
lot of
frustrates.
teaching
Agreed.
the systems. You got
It's
to
always
teach
nice
the
to have a friend.
AI.
I call up
Yep.
Donna. Okay, I'm on the ledge. Talk me off it.
Yeah.
She's one of us
We do
three.
that.
So,
Every week we have at least one let's get Deb off the ledge
right. Because
talk.
I want to move
And
faster than my brain sometimes goes. And Donna's
yeah, you got
very
to
good
learn
about,
new ways.
yeah, she's very good
So
about taking the next step. And I want to go to the end.
if you're an old dog like we are and remember the days of paper,
Oh yeah.
and you want to stay in those ways, that's fine. But you're gonna lose a lot from it. And it's not so
It's fun,
fun either.
exciting. This keeps you young.
Yeah.
It's really fun. So
So
Donna,
I'm of the belief, like, and we have been way, way from before when iPhones came out. I can run my business from my phone because that's what my clients do. Then I got to make sure that works. So I'm
right.
always looking backward to what my clients do. And I think you were trying to say we're at time.
Yeah,
We're
we're
way
over
past time.
time.
I actually have a call. So
So I want to know, we always ask our guests, what's the one big thing you like to share with our listeners? The one big piece of inspiration, idea, big bold old idea that you have for everybody.
yeah, just keep going. Keep going through it. Learn one thing and go to the next and problem solve your way along, but just keep going because in the beginning it's super super hard, and I'm going through that right now with our new firm. But once you get to the other side, oh, it's so sweet. So if you're doing something like I'm doing right now, is like working, 8, 10, 12 hours a day every day on these projects, that's okay. And it's okay.
It's
And the
fun.
one big, yeah, it's fun actually. The one big thing for people younger than us, that I always remembered is someone told me, you can have it all. You just can't have it all at the same time.
Right.
And that's the best thing to remember.
Right.
And that led through when I had kids, and that was just complete chaos and didn't
Right.
mesh with me very well. To like, I can have it all. I just can't have it all at the same time.
Well, that's great, Donna. Well, I really thank you for being our guest today. This was a real treat. I don't think a
Well,
lot
it
of
was
people
fun.
knew how really what kind of background you have. Because usually you are sitting in the background not saying much, and I'm always out there doing the blabbing. So, but I was so great that people could find out a little bit more about you and what makes you tick.
Well,
So,
thank you so much for letting me be the guest today.
oh, it was great. It was great. So until next time, we'll see you next week.
And I'm going to do the outro because I do that anyway.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And that's our show. A huge thanks to Donna for sitting down with us. If you walked away rethinking everything, that's the point. And to every bookkeeper and accountant out there, keeping the lights on, the auditors away, we see you, we are you, and go feel proud, confident, and seen. We only ask that you subscribe, share, like, and send this to a friend and join us every Tuesday at the same time. Until next time, keep the books clean, the boundaries cleaner, and remember, every time someone remembers bookkeeping isn't the same as tax preparation, an angel gets its wings. All right, you guys,
The next time.
have a
Bye-bye.
wonderful week. Shoot, this is where things don't go right.
Yeah.